Hello, Rawway teachers. In this video tutorial, we're going to look at Padlet, which is basically an easy and straightforward way to engage your students in online discussions. In this video, we will learn how to create Padlets, we will learn how to invite students to our Padlets, and we're going to learn how to moderate all those Padlet discussions. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to head over to Padlet.com and make sure that you sign up for an account. Sign up is free for the most part. I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in. So this is the Padlet home screen. If you don't have any Padlets, you're not going to see any Padlets in there. I have a few in there from previous classes. Today we're going to start with looking at how to create a Padlet. So the first thing that I want you to do is click on Make a Padlet. Padlet lets you select between different layouts. So if you're not sure which layout you want to choose, you can just always look on the pictures they have above the name of the Padlet, and that'll give you a good understanding of what the Padlet will look like when you send it to your students. Today we're going to stick with the simplest of layouts, the wall. So I'm going to click Select. Now that we've created or started to create our Padlet, we want to give it a title. And a description. If you scroll down, you can also choose an icon depending on what you want that will display up here in the corner there. So there's all different types of icons that you can choose depending on what your topic is. Then if you go back, you can also go down to appearance. So that's the background wallpaper, and you can choose solid colors, gradients, textures, patterns, whatever works for your Padlet. You can choose color scheme, you can choose font. Down here is really what I want to talk about, some important settings for teachers. So attribution, that means display author name above each post. I always toggle this on because I want to see which of my students is making that particular post. New post position, if you want the post to display first or last in your Padlet. Comments, Padlet is supposed to be to allow students to, voice their opinions. It's kind of an online discussion. So I will allow comments to go on, but that will depend on your class. You might want to toggle that off. For reactions, you can choose like, vote, star, grade, however you want. I'll just choose like for this one. And we can talk about content filtering later, but you can require approval for posts. And then filter profanity, replace bad words with nice emojis. Hopefully you won't have to worry about that. So let's go back up to this, and we're going to click next. And then we are ready to start posting. So let's create our first Padlet. You're going to go down here and click on the plus sign, and when you toggle over it, it kind of changes to a pencil. And then this will pop up. You give your Padlet a title. And you can write something, a question, something that you want them to respond to. And then over here we have options. And then if I toggle over the three dots, I have a drop down of more options. You can upload, you can pick something from your computer, you can link a URL, do a Google search, and so on and so forth. For this Padlet, I'm going to upload a file from my computer. And I can double click on it or just click on it and click open. And it will load that file that I wanted to load. I actually chose a picture. If you start to make this post and you feel like you want to edit it or delete it, you can hit the trash can and delete the post, or you can click these three dots and edit it. You can choose the color of the post. You can copy the post. You can expand it. You can set it as a cover. Or if you wanted to go back because you made a mistake here, you could click edit and edit what you typed in there. Now, some teachers add more than one post to their Padlet. I like to keep it just one where students can respond to one question. Let's say, though, you created this and you realize, oh, you know what, I really want to move this around. You can edit it after you have created it. So if you go to the three dots up here and go down to change format, if you wanted to change it so you can move the posts around, you could choose Canvas and it will allow you to move the posts around. So let's get ready to share this with our students. You're going to go up to share and you have some options here. So before you're ready to share it with your students, you want to maybe change some privacy settings. So I'm just going to click change privacy. So you have options if you want to keep it completely private, have your students use a password to get it, keep it secret, or public where anyone can access it. I always keep it secret, and then that way I can just share the link out with my students. For visitor permissions, this is the permissions your students would have when they enter your Padlet. So you have three options where you could just keep it on. They can just read, they can view the post, but they cannot add or edit or approve others. Can write, where they can view and add posts, but they can't edit or approve others, or can edit, which they almost would have full kind of access like you would. I always keep it on can write. For students, I find that to be the best feature for this. Then we're going to go back. Copy link to clipboard. That will just copy the link for you, and you could post that somewhere, get a QR code, embed in your blog, email it to your students. Because most of us are using Google Classroom, I'm going to show you that option today. So you're going to click on Share on Google Classroom. And then a window will pop up, and it'll say Share to Classroom, and you're going to choose the class in which you want to post it to. Choose action. I always choose create an assignment and click go. And then it'll pop up like you were posting an assignment in Google Classroom, which you are doing. So you give it a title. Maybe you want to post instructions. Use this link to answer Padlet. Materials, that will be the link to your Padlet. If you want to edit your points, your due date, or your topic. When you're done with all of those features, you're going to click Assign. And then that Padlet will be assigned in your Google Classroom. So let's take a look now at how it looks at from the student's end of Padlet. When your students go to your Google Classroom, they will find the assignment wherever you've posted it. If you've posted it under a topic, I'm just going to click on it here. I'm going to click View Assignment just to show you what it looks like. And the students would just have to click on the link here, and that will bring them to the Padlet. Now, when a student enters your Padlet, it looks very similar to how it looks for you, and they just have to click on the plus sign to be able to add that post. Students have the option to also add things to posts. So they can click the three dots and they have the option to upload, link, whatever they choose. I'm just going to choose draw for this one, and they could change the color if they want, but they could add whatever would fit with the Padlet and what you would require them to do. When you enter back as a teacher, you'll see all your students post, and it'll kind of look like a board full of their ideas and their responses to you. Some things I want to point out, if you notice this post says anonymous, I strongly encourage you to ask your students or tell your students to log in with Padlet when they sign up, so you will get their name there. For commenting, if you click on the comments, You have the ability to delete comments if you find something to be not appropriate for school. You can just click on the three dots, you can edit the comment, or you can delete it. Another suggestion I'm going to make is maybe if you have issues or you want to just approve student posts before they post to the Padlet for everyone to see, you can go to the gear icon and scroll down to content filtering, and you could click on and toggle on require approval. And that just means you would have to approve their post before they were on your Padlet. You could just click save, and you could do it midway if you set it up and you forgot to do that or you needed to change it. You could do that. So now that we know how to create a post, I want to go over some of the advanced features in Padlet. So if you go up here to remake, this will allow you to copy the design or copy the post. And this is especially helpful if you have multiple classes and you need to do this several times, the same Padlet. So you can copy the design, the layout, the wallpaper, theme, however you want it. You can also copy posts. So if you wanted to save the post in this Padlet, you could also do that. So I'm just going to copy the design and I'm going to click submit. And what it will do is it'll generate a new one, and it's called remake of inferences. Another great feature that Padlet offers is if you go up to share, there is the option to invite members. So if you add a member, maybe you have a co-teacher working with you or just another teacher, you can add that teacher to your Padlet and you could both collaborate on that Padlet. I find Padlet to be a great tool for teachers to use for online discussion. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Please feel free to reach out with any questions.